Okay, today's lesson is on the dummy reversal. Typically, when you play a suit contract, the master hand is always the hand that has the largest number more trumps, and the short hand is the hand that has fewer trumps. And every hand that you've had so far, that's the way we have looked at it. That's why we have counted our losers and everything we have looked at. The dummy reversal is a technique where the declarer uses the trump cards to ruff from the hand with the longer trumps, and he pulls trumps in the hand that has the shorter number. That's why it's called dummy reversal. Normally, in a suit contract, you pull trumps with your hand, you trump losers from your hand using dummy trumps, the shorter number of trumps in the dummy hand. But in the dummy reversal, it is the exact opposite. You trump losers from the short hand, the hand having the fewer number of trumps, in the hand that has the longer number of trumps, and you draw trumps. It's kind of complicated to see it, but I think when you see the examples that you will find, you will see it. There are two exceptions to using the long hand to pull trumps in their short hand. These two exceptions, what we looked at last week, the cross ruff. In the cross ruff, you never want to draw trumps from either hand. You want to score all of your trumps separately. Get as many of them scored separately as you can. So you never draw a single trump if you can help it. And you hope the opponents don't lead a trump. The other exception is when you play the hand as a dummy reversal. So before we look at the exact of what you're looking for when you decide to play it as a dummy reversal, let's look at a hand. Let's look at this first example. And I want to look at the bidding first. Now in this hand, you are in 4 hearts and your opening lead is the king of spades. And I want to look first at the bidding. I don't know what happened to my...
You hit something.
I hit something when I put my papers down. Okay. Yeah. We have these little witches. Okay, let's look at the bidding. The south hand is the opener and has 16 high card points. You would open a heart with this hand. West has no business bidding, although in these virtual games they're bidding with 0 points, but he has no business bidding. And when we come up to the north hand, you see that you have 8 high card points. You also have 3 hearts. Your bid should be 2 hearts, a perfect, what we call a constructive bid. It shows 3 hearts and it shows 8 to 10 points. So 2 hearts should be the bid. Now, coming back down to the south hand, once your partner has supported hearts, you have the singleton spade, you want to re-evaluate your hand. You have 16 high card points. When you supports the hearts, now your hand goes up to about 18, maybe 19, because you have a second side suit there. So you've got a really good hand. If your partner has anything at all, you want to be in game on this hand. So you've got several ways that you can find out more about your partner's hand, more about her 2 heart bid. You can go through what we call a short suit game try, in which case you would show that you had the singleton spade, or you can go through a long suit help game try. Hey, Kirk. And then you have the possibility, if you have weak trumps, of going through a trump suit game try. So I think in this hand, you're going to get to 4 spades. You're going to get to 4 hearts on this hand. All right, let's look at it from the standpoint. Normally you would play this hand, okay, I have 5 trumps in the south hand. That's going to be the master hand. And let's look at my losers. And you have no spade losers. We're looking at the south hand now, counting our losers. Remember, you're making your plan. You count your losers. You have no spade losers. Break 5-0, you have no heart losers. You do have 3 diamond losers. There's nowhere to put them. You have 3 diamond losers and that's it. You do have a club loser. Unless the clubs are 3-3, you have a club loser. You have no way to trump it. You have no long suit in which you can park it on. you have to lose it. And we're all looking at this hand double dummy, and we see sitting over there in the West hand, she's got, unless she pitches one, makes a mistake, defensive error, you have to eat the club loser. So you have your 3 diamond losers and you have your 1 club loser, unless the defense makes a mistake and pitches a club. So you cannot make this hand. Let's pretend that the defense does not make a mistake. You cannot make this hand. Let's go back up now to the north hand, and let's look at the losers from her side. She does have 3 spade losers, but they are avoidable because there is a singleton sitting down here in the south hand. She can trump those 3 spades using South's hearts. She has no heart losers. She has the same 3 diamond losers, and there's no way to get rid of those diamond losers. But you see, the beautiful thing about her hand is she has no club losers. She's got the ace, king, queen. So the dummy reversal is the way to play this hand. If you play it the normal way, then you have to hope that the clubs are 3-3, or that the defense makes a mistake, particularly West makes a mistake and throws a club somewhere along the way. And you're lucky that she does, because you cannot make it playing it the normal way that you would play this hand. But you see, if you go up to the north hand, play the ace of spades, and then trump those 3 spades using dummies, using the south hand's trumps, then you have no club losers. You have just your 3 diamond losers. So let's go through the play of the hand. I have down here these steps, but I'm going to talk you through the hand, but down below this hand, I do have the steps that I'm going to talk to you about. All right, so when the king of spades is led, of course, you're going to take your ace of spades and you're making your plan. You go through just exactly what I went through, and you realize that unless the clubs are 3-3, you're not making this hand, playing it the normal way that you would play it. At trick 2, you take your ace of spades. At trick 2, you lead your 5 of spades and you trump it with the ace, the king, or the jack. Trump it with one of the big hearts that's sitting down there. Lead a small heart, either the 4 or the 7, back to your 10. You notice that all of your hearts are good. You have all the big hearts. Lead your 7 of spades and trump it with, if you trumped it with the ace the first time, trump it with the king of hearts the second time. Lead the 7 of spades and you trump it with the king of hearts. Lead a small heart, either the 7 or the 4, back to your other, either the 10 or 9, whichever one you haven't played. And now lead your 9 of spades and trump it with the jack. Play a small club to your king, to your queen, and pull the other big trump. Play your queen of hearts, and now all they get will be their 3 diamond tricks, and you make the hand. This is the dummy reversal. So you play your ace of spades, trump a spade with the high heart, lead a small heart back to the 9, trump another spade with a high heart, lead the other small heart back to the 10, and trump the final spade with a high heart. And now you have no more hearts in the south hand, but you can get back to your hand with the queen of clubs, and you play the queen of hearts, and that pulls the final hearts, and then all they get are those 3 diamond tricks, and you make the hand. All right, let's move from this hand. As I said, down below here is exactly what I just now told you. It's important to trump with the ace, king, and jack of hearts, because if you don't, then you block being able to get back to your hand to play another spade to be roughed. You've got to trump with the big hearts so that to get back to your hand, you can get back with the 10 and the 9 of hearts. But if you don't trump, if you trump with the small hearts, like the 7 or the 4, then you are going to block the hand. And the only entry you have back is the queen of clubs. And you won't have enough entries back to your hand to trump all of those 3 little spades sitting up there. All right, I wanted to look at one hand before I go through what you look for. You know, when the bidding's over, the hand comes down, dummies don't, and you're making your analysis plan, counting your losers, and figuring how you're going to play the hand. What do you look for in a dummy reversal? We know what you look for when you're doing the cross ruff, shortness in both hands and length in the other, and you want to try to make all your trumps separately. But what are the indicators that a hand should be played as a dummy reversal? Obviously, the above hand, the only way you can make it is to do the dummy reversal unless the defense makes a mistake and throws a club. Okay, so what you're looking for, here are the indicators. Shortness, singleton or void in declarer's hand. So you saw the singleton spade in declarer's hand on that first example. Losers in the declarer's hand that cannot be ruffed. Okay, so you've got that club that you can't, fourth club, but you can't, unless they break 3-3, you have no way to ruff that losing club. Adequate trump strength in the dummy, typically 3 or 4 with at least 2 of the top honors. In this particular example, it didn't matter, you had the queen 10-9, they were all good. And then an entry back to the dummy outside the trump suit. So what I want to do now is to go back up to this hand. The first indicator, you have a singleton in the long hand. The long hand is the one with the length in the trump suit. You have the singleton spade. You have a loser in the long hand that cannot be ruffed. It's the club. All your eggs in one basket that the club suit breaks 3-3, or else West makes an error by discarding a club. That's the only way you can make it. All right, so you do have the possibility of a loser that you can't do anything about in that south hand. You have adequate trumps in the short hand. The queen 10-9 are all good because you're sitting with the ace king jack. You have no heart losers. And then you do have an entry back to the north hand, which is the queen of clubs. So it's a perfect dummy reversal. Let's look at a second hand now. And first of all, I want to look at the bidding on this hand. If everybody would look at the north hand, he is the opener. He is going to open 2 clubs on this hand. He has 23 big ones. He's going to open 2 clubs. South hand should say 2 diamonds, waiting bid. I think that's the way we play. We're not going to ever use this 2 hearts bust that people are using. You're going to just say 2 diamonds. And now North is going to say 2 no trumps. She has 22 to 24 points. She has 23 points. That's what she's saying. The South hand obviously doesn't want to let her play in 2 no trump with a 5-card spade suit plus the singleton heart. So he should bid 3 hearts, which we all know is a transfer to 3 spades. On this hand, when you look at the north hand, he has 23 points, has tremendous, even though he doesn't have 4 spades, he has 3 of the top honors in this spade suit. So I don't think he wants to bid 3 spades and give his partner a chance to pass. I think he wants to go ahead, when his partner bids 3 hearts, instead of saying 3 spades, I think he should say 4 spades. So they're going to play in 4 spades. So the opening lead turns out to be a small spade. West decides from her hand, whatever it is, she wants to lead a spade. And so let's look at it. Dummy comes down. Actually, the East is going to be leading 4 spades. I always get confused where I am. Okay, so the dummy is going to be the south hand, the length in the spades, but North is going to be playing it. Okay, so let's look at it. If you play it as South is the master hand, you're going to run into a problem. You don't have any problems with the spades. You have no spade losers, and you have no heart losers. Looking at South now as the master hand, you have no heart losers. You have 1 diamond loser, but you have 3 club losers. The ace of clubs will take care of 1 of them, but you got 3 of them. And East has already led a spade. So you see right away, there is no way that you're going to be able to trump all those club losers. So what you need to do now is to go up to the top and look at North as the master hand. And bingo, If you recall the indicators of a dummy reversal, you see it right away. You have shortness in the hand that has the length of the trumps. You have the 6 of hearts singleton. You can trump the 3 hearts from the north hand using spades in the south hand. You have 1 diamond loser and you have 2 club losers. So you should make this hand. You cannot make it if you play it from the south hand as you normally would. But if you play it as a dummy reversal, you can make this hand. So I'm going to go again. I have all the steps down here of how you would play it. But when East leads the spade, you take it, you play your ace of hearts, and you ruff a heart. You have no tempo to trump, so you have to do it as a dummy reversal. Okay, so you, at trick 2, you play your ace of hearts in the north hand, and you ruff a heart. You enter the dummy with the ace of clubs. You have plenty of entries, gobs of interest with the ace of clubs, and you ruff another heart. You enter your dummy with either the ace or king of diamonds, and you ruff your final heart. And then you can get back to your hand to pull the rest of the trumps. And the trumps are divided 3-2. Normally, then when you have 5 out, they divide 3-2. So the indicators here, you have the singleton heart. You have 3 little hearts in the north hand that need to be ruffed. You have adequate trumps to pull in the north hand. You have good trumps to pull their trumps. And you have plenty of entries to get there. If you try to play it the other way, you have no tempo to ruff the 3 losing clubs that are sitting down there in the south hand. So the only way to play this hand and make it is the dummy reversal. And I think after the class, if you get the cards out and you go through, it will be a lot simpler for you. Okay, let's look at this next one. Number 3, you are in 6 hearts. Let's look at the bidding of this hand first. I think one of the lessons y'all want me to do in the future is slam bidding. So I'm going to start trying to put that in as I can. The south hand is the opening bidder, opens a heart. When you come to the north hand, north has 13 high card points, also has 3 hearts. You have to make a bid that is, I don't think you have the correct hand to make the Jacoby 2 no trump bid because you don't have 4 hearts. But you've got to make some kind of bid that tells your partner, we are going to game on this hand, partner. So it's the 2/1. I think probably either 2 clubs or 2 diamonds. I think I would bid 2 clubs. You can get away with a short club, whereas when you bid 2 diamonds, your partner's going to expect you to have maybe 4 or 5 diamonds, but you can get by with bidding 2 clubs. Now you've done the 2/1 game force. When you bid 2 clubs, come back down to the south hand. Well, he's got 4 clubs. He's expecting you to have 4 or 5 clubs, so he's going to now say 3 clubs. At this point now, north says 3 hearts. Partner, we're playing this in hearts. You show your heart support. And when that happens, you come back down to the south hand. South now is going to reevaluate her hand. She has that singleton spade. She knows that you've got a heart fit. She knows, she's thinking you've got a double fit in clubs. You don't really, but she's thinking you do because you bid 2 clubs. And so she's getting a little bit interested in a slam. So she starts to Q bid. She bids 3 spades. That shows first or second round control of spades. North now bids 4 clubs, showing first or second round control of clubs. The south hand bids 4 diamonds, showing first or second round control of diamonds. And now I think at that point, when north knows her partner has the ace of diamonds, she's got the king, queen, she knows her partner's got clubs, and she knows you've got the fit, and she knows your partner's got first or second round control of spades, and she doesn't have any wasted points in the spade suit. I think she makes the launch for a slam try. Those of you who play kickback in this instance, when you are in a heart contract, 4 spades is the key card, ask. Bids 4 spades. Then the south hand bids 5 spades, showing 2 key cards and the queen of trumps. So she's got the ace of diamonds, she's got the king of hearts, and she also has the queen of hearts. So her bid would be 5 hearts, which is showing 2 key cards and the queen of trumps. And North goes ahead then and puts it in 6 hearts. So that would be the auction on this hand to get to 6 hearts. So let's look at that.
Carol, I had a question
Yes.
on the bidding.
Yes.
And that is, why launch into the 2/1 right away? Why not bid your 4-card spade suit and end up with a 4th suit forcing most
Because
likely, and then do your
because-
slam?
Because people who play Flannery, 5 hearts and 4 spades,
Uh-huh.
if they bid a spade, they are promising 5 spades. So most of the people in here are playing Flannery. If you do not play Flannery, it's fine. But if you play Flannery, then a 1 spade bid would show 5 spades.
I
it's
see, because
really silly.
otherwise the south hand would have opened with the 2 diamonds
Correct.
if they had 4. I got
That's
it.
correct. That's
Thank you very
correct.
much.
Thank you very much. And please, we don't have many people today, so you all, it's fine to butt in. Thank you, Chuck, for the question. If you don't play Flannery, which is 5 hearts and 4 spades, then it's fine to bid 1 spade and it's forcing bid. But if you do, then you've got to bid the 2 clubs. And sometimes people bid 2 clubs and only have 2. It's just to show, and they have to alert it. They have to say it could be short as 2. But you want to get into the game forcing 2/1 bid here. And you do it by saying 2 clubs. And of course, you're not thrilled when your partner says 3 clubs, but she does. Now you say 3 hearts, no problem. You've set the contract. At this point, the advanced players are showing either first, if they, when you show the clubs and you now show that you have hearts, South gets excited and is thinking about making a slam try. The way she does that is she bids 3 spades, showing first or second round control. She does not have the ace, but she has second round control. And the advanced players are playing showing first or second round control. And now North gets the idea, okay, we're showing controls now, so going to show the ace of clubs, first or second round control. Well, that makes South's hand look even better. She knows her partner has the ace of clubs. That's looking good there. And so she bids 4 diamonds, showing first or second round control. North gets excited. She's got the king, queen. She knows they don't have any diamond losers. And so she's the logical person to bid 4 spades, which is kickback. It is launching slam try. South has 2 key cards. She has the king of hearts. She has the ace of diamonds. She also has the queen. And so she shows 5 hearts, showing that she has 2 with the queen. And they end up in 6 hearts. All right, so the dummy, the lead is made. The lead is the ace of spades. He wants to make sure he doesn't lose his ace of spades, doesn't he? Okay, so he leads the ace of spades. Well, I don't know. He could lead the jack of diamonds, or if he doesn't lead the ace of spades, maybe the jack of diamonds would be the better lead, but would be the second best lead. But anyway, he led the ace of spades. The dummy comes down, and you're looking at this. If you try to play it from the south hand, you have 1 spade loser. You have no heart losers. You have no diamond losers. And it looks like if these clubs break 3-3, you have no club losers. But you might possibly have a club loser here, and you have no way to get rid of it. You can't get rid of it on spades. You can't pull trumps and also be trying to play all your clubs and then try to ruff a club. It just ain't going to work. You're not going to make the hand. So let's look at it going and looking from the dummy reversal. The key indicators, you have the singleton spade. You have 3 spade losers, 3 additional spade losers in the north hand. You have the club suit where you've got a problem. You may have a loser where you cannot dump it on a long suit in the north hand, and you cannot have a possibility of trumping it. And so unless the declarers make a defensive error and throw one of those clubs, or they break 3-3, you're not going to make this hand playing it in the traditional way. You have good hearts in the dummy that can be used to pull trumps. And you have the hearts in the south hand, which you can ruff those spades. So I have down below the play of the hand, but I want you to be able to see, I don't know how yet to work, to be able to show you the hand and also show you what I'm talking about. So the ace of spades is led. Of course, he gets that. He comes on with another spade. His partner signals, he comes on with it. He continues with the spade. You ruff it with the king of hearts. There's no problem in playing one heart, so I'd go ahead and play the queen of hearts at this point. And then I would lead a small heart, either the 5 or the 5, lead it to your 10. Now you've pulled 2 rounds of trump. Lead another spade, either the 7 or one of those small spades, and ruff it with your jack of hearts. Lead a small club. You've got an entry in the club suit. Lead to the club. Ruff another spade. Ruff another spade with your 9. Lead a small diamond to your king. And then lead your final trump. And then just play your clubs and you make the hand. You cannot make it if you play it the traditional way. You have got to do it as a dummy reversal. You have got to use the south hand trumps to ruff those 3 spades that are sitting up there in the north hand. You have plenty of entries in the north hand. You have the king, queen of diamonds. You have the ace of clubs. You have good enough trumps. The ace, 10 are good enough to pull their trumps. So if you lay this out, this is the only way that you can make this hand. So I thought this hand is interesting, not only from the bidding, but also it is a perfect textbook example of a dummy reversal. You couldn't find a more perfect hand. All right, I have a couple of more I want to look at, and then I have something different I want to do today. So let's look at example 4. Here, south is the opening bidder, has 17 high card points, so everybody would open 1 no trump with the south hand. The north hand has 11 high card points. She knows already this hand is going to be in either 3 no trump or it's going to be in 4 hearts. She knows with her 11 points, she knows her partner has at least 15. She has to make sure they get the game somewhere. So her first step is to bid 2 diamonds, which of course is the transfer. South should bid 2 hearts, which she does.
Yeah.
And now when we come back up to the north hand, north cannot just bid 2 no trump there. If she bids 2 no trump, her partner can pass. She bids 3 no trump. And now her partner knows we're either going to play 3 no trump, but with 3 hearts, she doesn't want to play 3 no trump. She wants to play 4 hearts. So the key part here is north has to bid 3 no trump and not 2 no trump, or she could bid 3 clubs, but I think the proper bid here is just to go ahead and bid 3 no trump, and then it plays there in 4 hearts. So you're in a contract of 4 hearts, and you get the king of diamonds as your opening lead. And let's look at it. If you play, north has the length in the trump suit. If you play it the traditional way, let's look at the losers from the north hand as master. You have no spade losers, and you have no heart losers, and you have no diamond losers. But wow, you've got 4 clubs to do something with. If the ace of clubs is not sitting over here, if you're at the north hand over to his left, he is not making his hand. He's got 4 club losers. Do you see that? He's got 4 club losers. He has no way to ruff them. He doesn't have enough trumps in the south hand to ruff those clubs. So the only play he would have is to lead towards the king of clubs. And if the ace of clubs is over on this other side, then he's got 4 club losers and he does not make this hand. But let's look at it from playing it as a dummy reversal. You see that the hand that has the lengthened hearts, the king, jack, 10, 9, X has the singleton. And you come down to the south hand and you see there are 4 diamonds sitting there, 3 losers. How about thinking about roughing those, the jack, 6, and the 5 in the north hand? You have the entries, and if you rough those diamonds, then you're not going to have a problem making this hand. So let's look at the play of the hand. He has led the king of diamonds, and you take your ace of diamonds. Lead a small heart to your queen. Play a small diamond and rough it. Lead a spade to your jack. Play another small diamond and rough it. Rough another diamond and lead a spade to your queen and rough your final diamond. At this point, the dummy remains with the king of hearts. So you play your king of hearts, you lead your king of spades to your ace, and you play your ace of hearts, and you pull their trumps, and now you make the hand. You've taken the ace of diamonds, 3 diamond roughs, 3 trump tricks, and 3 spade tricks for 10 tricks, and they get whatever clubs they're going to get. But you do make the trick. They get 3 club tricks, and you make the hand. So the dummy reversal is the only way that you can make this hand. You cannot make it the traditional way because you've got 4 clubs sitting up there. Unless the ace of clubs is over to North's left, he's got 4 club losers. He has no way to get rid of them. Absolutely no way. The only way you can play this hand is dummy reversal. So when the king of diamonds is led, you take your ace. You lead a small heart to the ace or the queen. The queen will be fine. You rough a diamond. You lead a heart, you rough another diamond. You lead the spade to your jack, you rough another diamond. You lead a spade to your queen, and you rough another diamond. Now you have the king of hearts left in the dummy. Play that. Overtake your king of spades with your ace of spades. Play your ace of hearts. And you have your 10 tricks in the bag, and they can have whatever they want. You can lead towards the king of clubs just in case, maybe make an over trick, but I don't think you're going to be successful. Okay, so you see the dummy reversal gives you a way to make hands that normal play of making the master hand the hand that has the length in the trump suit. And I want to finish with this last one. This one, you're in a part score. You know, I'm always putting you in game, or I'm always putting you in slams, but I thought the bidding on this one might be of interest, and it might be a subject of a future lesson. The north hand is the opener. He has 12 high card points. He begins by opening 1 club. I don't know. People may bid with the hand on the east hand. I don't know if they will or not, but let's say they don't. Certainly you have 7 high card points. You have 5 spades. Even if you just had 4, you would bid a spade. Next hand passes. The north hand has 4 spades, but she's 12 to 14, so she simply bids 2 spades. She's showing 4 spades. At this point, she doesn't know her partner has 5 spades. She knows her partner has 4 spades and at least 6 points by making the 1 spade bid. So 12 to 14, she has 4 spades. 2 spades is her bid, the north hand. Now, when she bids 2 spades, south comes back down and says, okay, I've got that singleton club. She doesn't know I have 5 spades. I think I'm going to make a game try. I don't know if I would make a game try or not, but let's say you did, just so I'll have something to talk about here. So 1 club, 1 spade, 2 spades. There are several ways you can make a game try. One game try is for south at this point to bid 2 no trump, which has to be alerted. And it is asking his partner the strength of her hand. Does she have just 3 spades? Does she have 4 spades? Does she have 14 points, or does she have the 12 points? If there is sufficient interest, in learning this system, I can tell you the bid that North would make would be 3 hearts at this point, which says I have 4 spades, but I have a minimum. If she bids 3 spades, she's saying I have 4 spades, partner, and I have got a maximum 14, 15 points here. So she bids 3 hearts. I know you don't know, probably do not know these bids, but if there is sufficient interest, this is how when you open either a club or a diamond and your partner bids a heart or a spade, and you raise them to 2 hearts or 2 spades, there are ways using this 2 no trump bid where you can find out whether your partner has only 3 hearts or 3 spades, or if she has 4 hearts or 4 spades, whether she has a minimum or whether she has a maximum. And sometimes that will permit you to get into a game that you would not get to. But when a partner says 3 hearts and saying, I have a minimum, he signs off in 3 spades. So let's look at it. The opening lead is the 4 spades. Good old West just comes right on down now with leading the spade. And let's look at it. If you try to play it the traditional way, let's see how it goes. You have no spade losers. You have 2 heart losers. The ace of hearts takes care of one of your losers. You have got 4 club losers. Maybe you can trump some of them. I mean, you've got 4 diamond losers. Maybe you can trump 2 of them in the dummy. And you have no club losers. But look what happens if you try to play it that way. You have to give them 2 diamond tricks before you're able to trump. Really smart West has already led a spade, cutting down on one opportunity. If he doesn't let a spade, you might have the timing to give him 2 diamonds and still be able to rough 2 diamonds up there. But you don't have the timing. You will be able to rough 1 diamond, but that's not enough. You're not going to make your hand. So let's look at it as a dummy reversal. You have the ingredients. You have the singleton club. You have the ace in the north hand, and it has 3 low clubs, which you can rough using your length in the spade suit. The north hand has just 2 diamond losers. It has 3 club losers, but you're going to be able to rough them. It has 2 heart losers, but it has no spade losers. So the way to play this hand is a dummy reversal. So okay, I'll just put it up here so you can see the hand. Dummy reversal is the way to play this hand. Instead of trying to rough 2 diamonds from the south hand, you need to rough clubs in your hand. So at trick 2, you lay down the ace of clubs. He's led the 4 spades. You take it wherever. I would say you take it in the north hand. You play your ace of clubs. You rough a club. Lead a spade back to the queen or jack in the dummy. Rough another club. Cross to the ace of hearts and rough your final club. That's your 7th trick. And now your 2 big spades. Take the 8th and 9th trick and you make 3 spades. That's the only way you can make 3 spades. If you try to go the route of trying to rough 2 diamonds in the north hand, you can't do it because when they get in with the first diamond, they're going to lead a spade. And then you have to give them another one and they're going to lead another spade. And you can't rough but 1 diamond then, and you're only going to end up with 8 tricks on this hand. So in conclusion, when you're going to do something as a dummy reversal, you have to pretend that you get up out of your chair and you go around to the other side and you play it from that side. You do not play it the traditional way of drawing trumps with the big hand, with the hand that's got the length, and trying to trump losers in the short hand. You won't make the hand. The ingredients is you always have to have a singleton or a void in the hand that has the length in the trump suit. So you see in this number 5, you have the singleton club. And it also has the length in the trump suit. You see in the north hand that it has losers in the club suit. Losers that you can rough down in the south hand. It has entries in the spade suit. It also has a final entry in that ace of hearts, which allows communication back and forth so that North can get to her hand enough times to rough those 3 clubs that she has. And then your final trumps pull, giving you your 8th and 9th trick, and then you give up. So I think that the dummy reversal, maybe you have played one like that before, but I think by what we've gone over here today, you see what you're looking for. You're looking for a different way of playing the hand. And that comes from when the initial lead is made and the dummy comes down, diagnosing this is a hand that is the key, making the diagnosis to play this as a dummy reversal is the way you need to go. I think y'all are kind of enjoying these assignments, and I'm getting texts back and forth. Sometimes as of the one last week, I let out a turn, but we're gonna look at that in a minute. This is your hand for next week. I want you, first of all, you're gonna be in 6 hearts, and you get the ace of spades lead, followed by the king of spades. This one's sort of like the one above, but not exactly. All right, I want you to go through the bidding of this hand, write down how you would bid it, and then tell me how you would play it. And we'll look at it next week. All right, I want to go through.
Carol, who's the dealer on that, did you say?
I guess I didn't say. Let's let the south hand be the dealer because we want her bidding a heart. Let's let the south hand be the dealer. Sorry about that. Either way, even if north opens, I think you're still going to have south playing in hearts. Okay, so let's let south be the opening bidder, and she's going to open a heart. All right. Now I want to revisit suit preference. We talked about this, I think, in February. But you remember when I talked about suit preference, when you give a suit preference signal, recall that you don't count the suit that was originally led and you don't count the trump suit. You have 2 remaining suits. One of them always will outrank the other one. So by the size of the card that your partner plays, when he is giving you a suit preference, he will tell you whether to lead the lower of the 2 remaining suits or the higher of the 2 remaining suits. Okay, I don't normally use examples of where I was one of the participants, but this hand could easily have been set. I don't like the bidding on this hand, first of all, and secondly, Parker gave me the wrong signal and I messed up, didn't get the right card led back. But looking at the hand, north has 17 high card points and opened 1 no trump. My partner overcalled 2 spades, which is spades, that's the play. Now looking down at the south hand, south has 10 high card points and has 7 clubs. When we go through Liebensaal, we will see that a bid of 3 clubs at this point by the south hand promises at least 5 clubs and at least 10 points. So when we go through Liebensaal, this is the bid you would make. And many of you have already been through Liebensaal with me, but South's bid at this point would be 3 clubs. She knows her partner has at least 15 high card points. She doesn't know if her partner has 2 or 3 clubs, but it doesn't matter. She doesn't have a singleton club for sure. And she's got 7 clubs. So she bids 3 clubs. Passed by me. And I don't know, and I don't understand this. I didn't ask, but what, and you wouldn't ask, of course. In playing these virtual games, you would not ask. You don't ask anyway. Why this north hand didn't just bid 3 no trump, I don't know. But he didn't. He bid 5 clubs. So I'm on lead. I lead my 2 of spades, king of spades, ace of spades by my partner. Now, my partner could go ahead and set the hand right now by playing the ace of hearts. Maybe. He's not sure what kind of hand South's got. But he does know that he can get a spade ruff. So the size of the card that he leads back, he can lead the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, or the 5. By the size of the card he leads, he's telling me whether to lead a heart back or a diamond back. Remember, in suit preference, you don't count the suit that's being led, so you discount spades. You don't count the trump suit, which is clubs. So the other two suits would be hearts and diamonds. Hearts outranks diamonds. So my partner led back either the 7 or the 6 of spades. Of course, I rough it. Doesn't matter which one he leads back, I'm roughing it. I don't know for sure what to lead back. I have to guess whether to lead the diamond or the heart. I misguessed and I led the diamond. The guy gets the ace, gets in with the queen of diamonds, he leads his queen of clubs and lets it ride and he makes the contract. How much easier would it have been for my partner to have played the 10 of spades? I mean, he can play the 10, he can play the 5. If he had the ace of diamonds, his correct play is the 5, the lowest one he's got. If he wants me to come back with a heart, play the 10 of spades back for me to rough. Don't make me have to guess. Don't make your partner have to guess. So he made the contract. He should not make this contract. So I just wanted to revisit that. I mean, from time to time, I'm going to revisit some of the stuff we've already gone over because I think it's important to really get this stuff in your, and what I'm trying to say to you here, if you're in a situation to give a suit preference, play the highest card you can afford. If you want the higher rank suit returned, play the lowest one you have if you want the lower rank, if you, in this case, if you had wanted the diamond suit returned. All right, now we need to come down. Next week, we're going to do simple squeeze play, and I'm going to do a little bit on safety plays next week. This is about the most advanced play is the squeeze play. You know what a squeeze play, if the declarer is running a suit and you have all the high cards and you finally have to start throwing away winners, and you say at the end, well, I was squeezed. So you know what a squeeze play if you're the one that's being squeezed. What we need to do now is make sure you now become the squeezer. I don't know how one properly says that, but how you actually execute a squeeze play. So we're just going to do simple squeeze for next week. Simple squeeze is where you are squeezing one of the opponents, not both. Now, I want to come down and look at last week's assignment. And Chuck, thank you so much for bringing to my attention that when I had them leading the ace of hearts, they let out a turn. If this in virtual games, you can't lead out. That's the good thing about playing with virtual. They will not let you lead out a turn. It also will not let you revoke. I don't know what we're going to do when we go back to face. We have to remember not to lead out a turn, or we have to remember not to revoke. But let's say that he did lead the ace of hearts. Immediately your hand goes up, director, please. Do not say you let out a turn. No. Hand up, director, please. That's all you need to say. When the director comes, he will look at you, you raise your hand, you say, there was a lead out of turn. That's all you need to say. You don't need to go through a rigmarole. Just say the lead out of turn. If the director wants to know more information, he will ask you. The other 3 people at the table should remain silent. And if he asks you for explanation, you just say that I am in a 4 hearts or 4 spade contract, and my left-hand opponent led the ace of hearts out of turn. And then he will make the ruling. But as I say, in virtual, that you can't lead out a turn. Okay, let's say that the proper lead then was the queen of hearts. You're going to cover with your king. He's going to play his ace, and you're going to rough it. And you're going to play this hand as a cross rough. You're going to cast your ace of clubs. Remember, you're going to cast your ace king of diamonds before you do anything else. After you trump the ace of hearts, you'll cast your ace king of diamonds. You play your ace of clubs, and now you just start cross roughing the hand back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And you should make 5 on the hand. The only thing they get are 2 spades, two trumps at the end. You never draw trumps. So protocol is if there is a lead out of turn, hand up, director, please. When the director comes to the table, he will ask you, the other people should not speak. If he's not clear and one of the opponents wants to make a statement, then he should say, may I speak, or something of that nature. But normally you don't say anything. Okay, thank you so much. I'm going to stop share and we'll come. We're still recording, aren't we? How do I've got to stop recording before I do that. Okay. Well, I didn't do it either. Okay.
I think that's,
I don't think I've stopped share.